I'm Mark Hall-Patton. I want to welcome you to the Clark County Museum. Today I want to talk about the rolling stock at the museum. Now, when people think of rolling stock, they may think, well, I don't know what that is. Well, that's actually railroad cars. It's not actually necessarily railroad engines, but of course, we do have our switcher engine here at the museum. But with Las Vegas having been founded as a railroad town, we wanted to have other pieces that you could come out and see. So let's take a walk around the grounds and see some of the other pieces of rolling stock that are part of the Clark County Museum collection. So one of the first cars that you'll see as you're walking into the grounds here is our Pullman car. Now, this dates to the 1920s, and it's actually on loan to the museum by the State Railroad Museum. We don't use this one as a historic recreation except on the exterior. On the interior, it's actually open, and we use it as a green room for our amphitheater here. But when we needed a green room, we thought it would be much more interesting to have one that could actually help with the interpretation of the history of railroading here at the same time as using it as a place where you can put on your makeup, change your clothes, that sort of thing, what you do behind the scenes. But you don't see that part. As you can see, we have the windows blanked out. Wouldn't be nice otherwise. But you can see the car, you can walk up to it and walk around it while you're here at the museum. But it's by no means the only car here. Now when you come down to the other end of the grounds here, you see behind me the Boulder City Depot. The depot was built in 1931, actually in Boulder City, and we moved it out here in 1974 to preserve it and restore it, and it was the origins of the museum on this site. But you can't have a depot without having some railroad rolling stock next to it. And you can see we have one car on this side, that's basically the east side, and that's a combination car. On the west side, we have both a Caboose that you can go through and a Boxcar. So let's take a little closer look at those pieces. Right, here we are on the east side of the depot, and this is actually a combination car. This was partially baggage, probably partially a railroad post office car in its day. They did use these on the Union Pacific. This one was actually given to the museum by the Alper family, and one of our volunteers worked with the Union Pacific to get us the trucks or the wheels that you see underneath it. This one was actually sitting out in the dirt just being used as an outbuilding. But we brought it out here because it's the sort of car that would have come through this area and with the Union Pacific as it was coming through here. But we have some other cars on the other side, so let's take a look at those. And on this side, the west side of the depot, we have two more cars. We have our Caboose, which was built in 1944 and given to the museum so that we could have it here. It's actually open for you to go through and see how a Caboose looked. Cabooses were very important on the railroads because the guys who were in the Caboose were the ones that were watching for hot boxes on the railroads, or where the wheels would catch on fire, because you didn't want to fire somewhere over the course of a long railroad train because you would have a lot of problems with that. So they would watch that. Eventually that was taken over by electronics and Cabooses went away, but for many, many years these were a standard part of every railroad. So we have this that you can go through and see how a Caboose looks like inside. But we also have a Boxcar, and this is a standard Boxcar. You'll still see these in use today. And this is one that we have just to show what they look like, the massing and that. We actually have storage inside. It's a Boxcar, it works pretty well. But it is one that came also from the Union Pacific and was given to the museum for us to be able to show here. So when you come out to the museum, you see not only the engine, but other pieces of rolling stock, other pieces of our railroad heritage. And we hope that you'll come out and visit us. Remember, we're only open 7 days a week, 9 to 4:30. It is $2 a head, so we are the cheapest place in the valley, but we are the best one. So come on out and join us.